Hey everyone, welcome into your plyometrics session. So for this workout, you're going to need some music to keep you motivated, and you're going to need some space in front of you and to the sides of you. Now this is a technique session, so the purpose is to help you with some technical drills to build explosive power, and then explore how to create fatigue through power movement. So, to start off with, all we're going to do is warm up, and to do that, all we're going to do is lift up on our toes and drop back. So, keep the knees relatively soft, push the balls of the feet down, lift the heels towards the roof, and just start to do a couple of calf raises. So the calves are the main muscle group that we're going to focus on in this session to build power. Once your calves start to feel warm, let's start to warm the bigger muscles of the legs. So from here, take the feet wide, hit an easy squat, sit down, stand up, and keep the chest nice and high. Weight drops into heels, and then as you start to warm up, let's start to transfer the weight through the calves. So one squat, one heel raise. One squat, one heel raise. Now, when we're training with plyometrics, I need you to think of yourself like a ball, okay? So, there's two types of balls we're going to think of. A bouncy ball and a tomato. So, if when we're moving through these technique drills, you start to land a bit more like a tomato, where your landing's got a lot of impact and it's a bit of a sloppy landing, then I need you to rest, pull back, and reset before completing the next drill. Perfect, rest there, shake the legs out, pull the feet together, and let's get used to some lateral movements. So step to the side, pull together, then switch. Focus on dropping quick just now, turning the toes and knees out, keeping the chest high, and putting some pressure into the glutes to warm up the butt. Good. Now keep the abs switched on, and we're going to use the core like a powerhouse for this session. Okay, let's do one more each side. Rest here. Take a shake of the legs. Brace your core hard, and then start to push into a little calf stretch. So lean the weight into the front leg, push the back heel down, and just lean forward from the hips. Big release in the back end of the leg. And from here, just swap sides. So push the heel down, lengthen through the back of the leg. And relax and shake off. Take a few twists from the hips. So just mobilize through the hip flexors, the groin. Just slow your breathing. One more each side. And now take a big quad stretch. So heel to bum, squeeze the thighs together. Focus on pushing the hips through, so you get a big stretch through the hip and through the quad. Take a quick shake, swap sides. Now this plyometrics session is solely focused on lower body plyometrics. Shake the leg, pull the heels together, soften the knees and hinge forward into a hamstring stretch. Big forward fold. Gently rise up, shake the legs out, and listen up. So, our first drill is 90 seconds long, and we're going to use something called a depth drop, or an improvised depth drop, because we're going to be working from the ground, okay? So, the movement looks like this. So you're going to lift up onto your toes with the feet directly underneath the hips. Once you've found your height, you're going to drop into a low squat as quick as you can. Reset back in, and repeat. Let's go for it. Lift up onto the toes, drop, and rise. Now remember, the two type of balls you're trying to think of landing like. We're going to focus on that bouncy ball. So when you catch, land strong and firm. Lift to the heels, drop into the heels. Now when you lift up, try and lift your posture to the chest, and as you drop, keep the chest high, and we're simply just splitting the legs. So from the top of this position, we're not trying to jump up and land in a squat. We're just sliding the legs out and catching at the bottom of the rep. So this is a perfect way to get yourself used to landing and prepare your body for impact. We've got 30 seconds left here, and this is drill number 1. And as I mentioned earlier, if landings start to become quite sloppy, or quite loud, or even just uncomfortable around your joints, then just pull back, shake, rest, and then join back in when you start to feel good again. So this is not maximal training. We're not trying to load the heart rate just now. 3, 2, 1, rest there. Shake the legs out, just ease the body out. So, we're going to reverse that movement, and we're going to start from the squat position. So, starting in the squat, you're now going to slide your feet together and land on your toes, reset, then repeat. We're starting in 10 seconds. So once again, start in the squat, slide the feet in, land on the toes. 5 seconds before we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So check it from the side. Bum stops at the bottom, slide together, toes down, heels up. This just gets you used to switching on your glutes in a really, really fast and aggressive manner. Squeeze your butt to stand up and try and get your body as high as you can, as quick as you can. And hopefully what you've found by now is in between the reps, your heart does elevate. So the heart rate does increase, and then when you hit the movement, you feel that you're using your core and you're catching your breath as you go. Now, if you're wearing sort of sticky shoes or the flooring's not that great, and you're struggling to slide the feet across the floor, it's a small hop. "20 seconds left to nail this drill. So we got time for about another 2 good reps. And rest there. Good job. Shake your legs out, catch your breath, and just move. Keep your body moving, keep the blood flowing. So, we're now going to get used to moving forward, okay? So, we're going to be moving forward across the room, and to do that, all we're going to do just now is focus on the forward jump. So, feet are going to start underneath the hips, arms pull back, bum pushes back, jump and land. We're going to spend 60 seconds just learning how to jump and land, okay? Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, most important part is that when you land, you bend your knees and you absorb the impact. Brace the core hard and soften the knees. So when you land, you're landing in a quarter to half squat. We're taking off from 2 feet and we're landing on 2 feet. So that means we're not jumping like this, like a leap. Remember to try and land softly and really absorb it through the floor. You got 15 seconds left here. Time for one more jump. And rest there. Good job. So now we've explored jumping forward. Let's advance that movement and find that little drop movement that we learned right at the start. So, when you jump forward now, you're going to land with your feet together and slide into that squat. So just watch me. Forward jump, drop. So you'll notice there's a split second where on the first landing, my feet are in the middle, then they split. We're going to work through this drill for 90 seconds, okay? You've got 30 seconds before we start, so shake your legs out. If your hips are starting to fatigue, just spend some time loosening them off. Ease your body out. Relax through the hamstrings, or just take on some water. Once again, not looking for crazy speed here, focus on the technique of the movement. 5 seconds before we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So forward jump, land, drop into the squat. So try and get from the middle position to the wide position as fast as possible. So this makes you more reactive off the floor. We're not worrying too much about the distance that we're jumping. We're focusing on the speed that we can drop. And when you do drop, try and kick your heels into the floor so we load up the hamstrings and the glutes as opposed to the front end of the leg. Halfway there. Remember, you can shake out and you can reset as often as you like. Good. Core should be starting to fatigue. Abs in a consistent state of brace. So consistently squeezing through the core to protect your back. 10 seconds, that's time for one jump. 3, 2, 1, rest. Nice job. So, now we've started to learn a bit the fundamentals of landing and how we can react faster with the floor. Now let's explore some lateral based movements. So we're going to spend 60 seconds working each leg to start, then we're going to progress these drills. So first things first, we're going to start loading to the right leg and leap into the left leg. So just watch me. It's a leap and a land. Focus on the absorption of the landing, and when you land, bend your knee, push the knee outwards and brace your core. We're starting in 10 seconds for a 1 minute drill, purely leap into the same side. So lift the chest, brace the abs, get ready to leap. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Once you're first just getting used to this movement, if you've not done lateral leaps before, keep the movement small and just focus on the landing. So leap, land, knee lifts up to switch on the core, and try and pause before you reset. Once you get more accustomed to this movement, start to add distance to your jump. And we're going to use the glutes to propel the leap. Still have 20 seconds here. Now you notice that I'm taking my time between the reps. I'm not rushing it. I'm focusing on my technique as I move. I'm trying to find consistency with my movements. 3, 2, 1, rest. Good job. Short recovery. We're changing sides. Fill the lungs. Make sure you got some space. We're kicking it off in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So now I'm leaping onto my bad side, or my less dominant side. So I'm going to spend longer working with smaller jumps until I can find consistency with my landing and I feel strong around the knee. And then once again, as I start to warm into the movements, I'm going to increase my lateral leap by throwing my body across the rim, trying to catch strong, and once again just bending to the knee and absorbing. We got 10 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, rest. Good job. So, once again, let's advance the drill. We're going to move laterally, then we're going to move in the forward plane. So, just watch me and make sure you got the space to do this. We're going to leap from the right leg onto the left leg. Once we catch, we're then going to propel straight forward back onto the right leg, okay? So I call this one an L jump. So watch again, it comes side forward catch. Reset, walk back to the starting point and repeat. We're starting in 15 seconds. If you missed it, check it again. Leap, leap, catch. Lateral, forward, land. Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now this one's a bit more troublesome for those who don't have much coordination. So if you need to, spend much longer working with smaller jumps to coordinate the movement. So we're using this little corner spot, almost like a ricochet point, where you bounce off and you land. And in order to make the bounce super effective, the heel cannot touch the ground of this foot. So bounce the ball of the foot down and propel your body forward. Yeah, 20 seconds here. Still catching and trying to find your balance to incorporate the core movements. 3, 2, 1, rest. Perfect, let's swap sides. Starting on the left, leaping onto the right, finishing on the left. Lift the chest, 5 seconds before we go. Find your balance, find your coordination. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So once again, this is my less dominant side, so I'm going to spend longer just focusing on the fundamentals of the movement before trying to add my power. Landing should still be relatively quiet. Body should still feel strong. If technique starts to go, then you guys know the drill. Switch your body off, shake it out, recover, and then join back in. We're trying to make the body move consistently well. Ten seconds before we go. Last one. And rest there. Good job. Shoot the legs. Feel the pressure that's built up in the quads. From here, we're now going to shift away from technique and start to focus on the muscular endurance and your power output. So to do that, we're going to mix hold movements with power-based movements. So, we're going to create a small circuit to build endurance and power endurance. So, first things first, take your feet outside your hips. For the first time today, we are jumping vertically. So, we're going to load up through a paused squat, then we're going to increase the intensity by powering out the bottom of the pause, okay? We're starting this in 15 seconds. We're working for 45 seconds total, and we have 2 rounds, 2 movements. I'll show you movement 2 when we get there. 8 seconds before we start, and the pause lasts about 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So drop, stop, 4, 3, 2, 1. Power out, land. Drop down, 4, 3, 2, 1. Power out. You guys keep going. Now here's the important part. We're trying to find the power from a static position. So we initiate the jump from the bottom of the rep. We eliminate all the bounce and we build extreme pressure in the quads. When you're landing, bend the knees. 10 seconds. 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Short recovery. Shake your legs. Move 2. Watch this. Alternating legs. Drop, hold the lunge. Pull the knee through. Then swap sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Drop, hold the knee, pull the knee through. Drop, hold the knee, pull the knee through. So we're still looking for explosive power, and we're utilising that stop, back knee under back hip, chest up, and the knee powers through as we shorten through the hip flexor. It's like a sprinter starting a race. Trying to pull the knee with power and brace your core real hard. 10 seconds. And rest. Good job. Back to the start. Squat holds. Hold for 4 seconds. Power up. Shake the legs, catch your breath. Corkscrew the heels into the floor. We're kicking off in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Drop, stop. Power out the floor. Drop, stop. Power out the floor. Now when you're powering, try and leave with the ball of the foot being the last contact point on the floor. So just before you leave the ground, flick the ball of the foot down, shorten the calf, and explode towards the ceiling. Exact same rules apply as within the technique drill. You're spending time focusing on the movement. So if movement starts to dequalify itself and wear away, rest there, then just take your recovery and reset. Lunges starting in 10 seconds. Try and hold the pause for a little bit longer and then shut over the core as hard as you can. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hold the lunge, shut the core. Hold the lunge, shut the core. So when you're in that lunge position, you'll feel a big stretch to the quad, the hip flexor, and the lower abdomen. So all these muscles are stretched. We want to shorten the muscles as fast and as hard as we can, utilising the core as that powerhouse, like I mentioned earlier. Five seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good job. Shake the legs out. Just chill out. Catch your breath. We have one final endurance drill, and then we're going to stretch and mobilise, and you're set for your day. So, for this drill, all we're going to do is get used to rebounding on the balls of the feet. So like we're skipping, lift the heels up, and you bounce. For the entire 60-second block, the heels do not touch the floor. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So check it out, my toes are down, my heels are up, my knees are relaxed, and I'm just bouncing off the floor. It doesn't need to be big jumps. You can stick with whatever jumps feel good for you. Switch your core on to help absorb the impact and help rebound off the floor, and get used to bouncing the ball of the foot. This type of drill helps condition your calves, helps condition your heart and lungs, and gets you used to rebounding. Try and minimise how much you move your arms. Keep the shoulders level. 30 seconds left. Continue to breathe as you move. Heart rate should elevate pretty quick, and the calves should fatigue really quick. 15 seconds. Heels still not touched down. We're letting off the steam in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Well done. Shake your body off, shake your legs off, lift through the chest and try this. Drop the heel back, just like at the start, lean into the front thigh. Push the back foot down, release through your calf. Take a little switch. a big quad stretch, so heel to bum. Now this session is perfect to incorporate as a technique drill before any big power-based session or at the end of a workout to help build more power. Shake, switch. Shake, pull the heels together, big hinge forward. Just release through the hamstrings. Rise up, take a little twist from the lower back, just releasing the back heel to allow some mobility around the lower spine. And then relax and shake off there. Guys, awesome work, well done.